his bro, Scotty Mo. It's about time to lose your shit. Everybody spark a spliff for that legend Kevin Smith.
Welcome to SModcast. I'm Kevin Smith.
Scott Mosier.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
Happy 2011.
Yeah.
We're in the future.
We're in
The future. Well, I guess we're in the present. But 2011 sounds so futuristic. I do another show called Plus One with Jennifer.
Yeah.
On the show recently, the most recent episode, we talked about the closing cue song, if you will, to a television show on the Disney Channel, Playhouse Disney in particular, called The Book of Pooh. It's where they take A.A. Milne, or is it Milne? Milne? A.A. Milne's classic story of the bear and all his friends. And
Yeah.
And rather than have it be a cartoon, it's puppets.
Okay.
I'm just going to play it for you.
Okay.
And then we'll go through it and kind of break it down. This is
The Book of Pooh.
the ending
theme.
to The Book of Pooh.
Now's the time to close the book. For we've just begun, it's true. We'll say goodbye until another day. Another day with new adventures on the way. They're on the way. They're on the way. So off we go. We won't be far. We'll be waiting here for you. With hills to run and higher trees to climb. And someone there to catch you in the nick of time. So it's goodbye for now to all of you. We'll meet again when you all come into the book of Goodbye for now. To all of you.
It's not even done. I'm already teared up. They run the credits. They've all jumped into the fucking book.
Yeah.
Gone onto the page. And then they come back with this shit. Now, I can't fucking watch that without getting choked up. What do you get emotional? Do you see anything in that? I'm looking at your blank expression. You look like a fucking Terminator. What are these puppets? Why do these puppets chant at me? I am not touched. I'm fettered. A bear is yelling at me. He's warning me of good times that are no longer to be had.
I'm trying to figure out how to kill them all.
One shot. I'll line all these woodland animals up and kill them with one shot. That bear's wearing a shirt. Kill it, he thinks it's people. Oh my God, it's so sad to me. It's so,
I stopped at a certain point. I was watching it, then I started watching you. I'm like,
it's so depressing. The song, it's like, number one, dude, here, we'll go fucking line by line on it.
I mean, I at a certain point also out of context was just like,
you're like, these are puppets. I don't feel anything for these puppets. Listen to the song.
You downloaded it?
Yes. Now's the time to close the book, dude. Somebody I put it as the closing song to the episode of Plus One. I don't know who said it, but it made me laugh. Some guy on Twitter was like, holy shit, man. He's going, all I can picture is that's the song that they're all singing to Pooh on his deathbed. It is. It's so grim. Like, when you start, now it's time to close the book. It's, to me, I don't know why. Every time I watch it, every time I hear it, I'm in the shower just fucking singing it back, and I can't even break through it all without
masturbating.
I'm leaning on the wall, one hand on the fucking wall just to close the book. Jen's like, are you singing that poo song in the shower? Huh? Yeah, that's just singing. She's like, you're not masturbating while singing that poo song.
That would be wrong.
Who would ever, why? I mean, unless that makes you hot. Do you ever see a grown man cry? Fat grown man cry, masturbating, singing a children's song?
Well, get ready.
You get the best of my love. It's confounding to me that somebody approved that as the end of the show. It's such a downer.
It's not upbeat.
No, it's very, now it's time to close the book. Hold on, here's the next one.
I mean, they do say they'll be back.
Yeah, but it's false hope, man, isn't it? That's not it. That's not the right one. There it is.
Now's the time. Now's the time.
Now's the time for all good men to rise up and do something. That's Pooh giving his dress and shit, trying to inspire.
State of the Union.
State of the Poonion. Now it's time to close the book. Though we've just begun, it's true. That's fucking a life metaphor, dude. You're on your deathbed. You're like, you always hear old people say it. They're like, oh, it goes by in a blank. Like, I can't believe.
Just like the Pooh song.
Yes. It's, life is long, tedious, and sad. Like that song that ends at Winnie the Pooh cartoon. Not the cartoon, the one with the creepy puppets. They are creepy too, man. Those puppets don't make me feel good. I'll be honest. Nothing about this show makes me feel good. I don't think this show's designed to make me feel good, Scott. All right. We'll say goodbye until another day. That's what people say to you on your deathbed. Like, we'll see you again one day.
See you in heaven.
Yes. See? Tigger, apparently a believer in the afterlife. Always something of a Buddhist.
Another day with new adventures on the way.
All right, well, that's a little weird because when you're dead, there are no more new adventures except like when you're battling the fires of hell or, crashing Heaven's Gate or something.
That's where they go between shows.
First, we tried to get some honey from the heffalump, and then we battled Lucifer in the garden of abortions in the city of Biss. The Hell City.
Now
Piglet's mind broke. Now it's time to close the book. Maybe that's what it's about, dude. They're like, we've battled hell itself. No more stories. We have emotional pain. It's all about like the after effects of dealing with war. It's a Vietnam anthem. Okay, what happens next?
We're on the way. We're on our way. So
We're on our way. We're going. We're dying.
we see the light.
Yes. I see my grandma. She's calling me.
off we go.
Off we go.
We won't be far.
We won't be far. Just in the ground. Come walk on us anytime you
Shallow
want.
grave.
With one hand sticking out. So I am found by sniffing dogs and blowjob seeking Johns. That's how they usually find those cats.
What, dudes in what head?
Yeah, they usually go
Puppet
out.
head?
Yeah, they go out to get like a blowjob from some hooker and shit, and they stumble across a body in the weeds or something like that. And it's like, what is that hand sticking up? It's Piglet's paw.
It's a creepy puppet. I always wanted to fuck a creepy puppet.
Oh, nobody's here. If it's dead, does it matter? It's just a prop, right?
Do puppets have feelings, man?
Children shouldn't play with dead things, but adults can fuck dead puppets all they want.
I'll leave it some money.
All right, here we go. All right, that's creepy because they're like, we'll be waiting here for you in the afterlife. When you cross over to the other side, the first thing you're going to see
There's
is
a line of puppets.
well, the creepy Eeyore puppet who's just like, it was all for naught. There is no God.
There is no God here.
You're like, I told you.
I'm with the mule.
Did you find your tail, buddy? No?
It's a shitty life. Looking for your tail. Who are you to talk to me? Move on.
Bitch, bitch, bitch.
With hills to run and higher trees to climb.
With hills to run, higher trees to climb, and someone there to catch you. And then I don't know what that reference is. I think that might be about Jesus.
Someone there to catch you
in the nick of time.
In the nick of time. So you're going to
burying
fall?
the body in the shallow grave. Like the cops. It's about the cops. This is a warning to children. Like, yeah, how to bury a body without getting caught. So it's goodbye for now. That's what they always say about death. Like, oh, it's just temporary. You see them all again.
Religious people say.
What do the other people say? What do non-religious? What do you guys say to each other on Christmas?
Later.
Yeah, you're gonna die one day. Yeah, you're gonna die too
one day,
and it's gonna be quiet. There's no Jesus, right? Yeah. All right. Marry something. No, you won't even be married. Unmarry observance of some fictional fucker's birthday.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas to you too, Scott.
Yeah. Real donor. Saying it to little kids.
Thanks, Uncle Scott.
Yeah. Thanks, Uncle Scott. I don't know what any of that means.
Where's your Messiah now, kid?
Who? Well, it's like, I mean, I guess when you die, you just, you decompose.
Merge with the infinite?
Well, no, that's
is there any sort of electrical, spiritual, state of consciousness that passes from this life in your estimation?
In my estimation? Not
what
really.
Do you, so I don't get it. If you feel that way, if you feel like we hit the ground.
This is how I feel.
Okay.
Now's the time.
I can only sum it up thusly.
Somebody said it for me.
These puppets.
It was a puppet in a fucking half shirt. And a bippy top.
These puppets speak for me the way Selena spoke for the Mexican people who like Tejano. Thank
you. Any questions?
I can't believe is this it? Is this the press conference? Well, I mean, you
get what you pay for.
I happen to think it's a big breakthrough for me.
Yeah, big moment for me. It's my press conference, not about you.
We all have different hills and challenges. I mean,
yeah, this is my Everest.
Okay, here we go. Goodbye for now to all of you, which is a little crimson, I think. Like, goodbye for now to all of you.
Goodbye to everybody.
Like, you're dying, kids. Like, if you're watching the show and you're a child, it's just like, we're going away, or you're going away. Something final is happening here.
Death
even though the show's on every week. Yes. I think this show is designed to teach us, like, that most important lesson in life. You're going to die.
You're going to die.
We'll meet again when you all come
into the book of poo.
Okay, wait a second. Say that back real slow.
So, we'll meet again when you all come. Nothing there.
It gets real sexy at the end.
Well, that's something like, look, man.
It's all about ass sex. Now the time to close the book.
Well, that's
I'm gonna go fuck someone in the butt.
Somebody was like,
I'm gonna give him some hope.
They were like, as they were composing this, one dude was like, song's pretty metal, isn't it? It's like, what do you mean? It's all about death. Motherfucker's dying. Yeah, he's like, why don't you throw in some pussy? That's what the crew would have done. Motley Pooh. Boom, boom, shout. Boom, boom, shout. Boom, boom, shout. Shout at the Tigger. Oh, bother. Okay. Let's listen to I think right now it just becomes a bunch of repetition. They lay it in
They're
thick.
squealing on pain.
Yeah, they just keep screaming at you. Goodbye. Goodbye. It's like a long fall. From here among those, the best of friends. This is where I start getting very emotional. Here where the story never ends. These motherfuckers are trying to live forever. Don't you get it, Scott? They realize, yes, these puppets, they achieve total consciousness and they understand they're going to die, man. So they're just like,
they're freaking out.
Yes, there's no way they cannot escape death. They can like escape a fucking hole where they're stuck trying to eat honey. They can escape from fucking heffalumps and woozles, but they will never escape death. So they feel like the only way to escape death in some small way, more,
to get high.
Yes. After the song ends, it's all quiet. Who's like, you want to get high? Like, fuck yes. Oh shit. Blow me up, bear. Take me away. Calgon, take me away. It is. That to me is like they're trying by capturing their little tales of adventure and shit, or their little morality tales, and
it's a way that they can live
immortalize
forever.
themselves. They can't cheat death, Scott, but they're like, you know, well, this is the only
we'll live
way
on forever.
In the book, in the 100-acre woods, which I think is the next line. From here in the 100-acre woods. And then they get into the, you know, fucking rocking the guitar and shit. This
Grateful Dead jam session. So it's just like a 20-minute solo.
Just constant solo.
Fucking Eeyore's just fucking freaking out on acid.
Get his dick sucked during a 20-minute guitar solo.
It's like, get that PA in here.
I'm gonna bury this shit in the 100-acre woods.
I lost my tail. Not my dick.
I'm gonna bury that shit in Owl's house.
And you can't do nothing about it. You're a secondary character.
At best. These motherfuckers, Scott, in their own way, are rallying against, crying against the darkness. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, no, I will not go out quietly. We're going to fucking make sure right here in the Book of Pooh, we'll always be alive. Here's the rest. This is where he's done with the solo. I know. It's the inclusion of the word poo that sells it. That to me, I mean, this is the first time I've been able to listen to that song and my eyes are soaking, but it's not from crying. I was just laughing so hard. That song is so fucking sad to me. SModcast, is our own personal 100-acre woods.
Yes.
I would be Pooh. That would make you Piglet. Muse would be Tigger.
Very.
Malcolm would be Eeyore.
Yeah. Always
down.
looking for
And
something to stick to somebody's ass.
And always bitching about something, always depressed,
Damn it.
always angry. Never birthday not remembered.
Yeah.
And always eating dick in a bathroom. Just like Eeyore.
Story.
Eeyore. That's why he was always so blue, because he was like self-hating homosexual, closeted and shit. He's like, I eat.
Hey, you like pussy, Eeyore? He's like, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't? But inside he was just like, to eat ham. Perchance to dream. to taste the cock come in my mouth. Be a mule.
A bathhouse. A bathhouse mule.
Soliloquy is that?
The aside. I was like, did you just hear Eeyore talking about being a bathhouse mule?
He doesn't think we can hear him. But he's literally just saying it out loud. That's one fucked up donkey. Walter could be the rabbit.
Yeah.
Or owl.
I don't know as many characters.
Bri could be the owl.
What's the owl do?
I don't know, nothing very Bri-like, but like Bri being the oldest supposedly has the most wisdom. It's kind of a stretch. But
I don't know the world.
I'm trying to factor in kind of well. Kanga and Roo.
Kanga and Roo.
But in the SModcast universe, I get, maybe Jen, maybe Harley. But that would mean that Pooh Bear fucks Kanga. Maybe that's where Roo came from. Yeah. And that's why Pooh's always nice to Roo.
Secret.
He's like, I'll help you. And why Roo is kind of named like Pooh.
Yeah. It's like, we'll name you Roo.
Yeah. And when like Roo is like 18, Kanga's just like, well, there's your father. Ask him. He's
Why
like,
did you ask him for money?
What do you mean?
Well, hi,
oh,
Roo.
bother.
Into the book.
He's like, well, this kind of shit happens in the Book of Pooh.
Welcome to the Book of Pooh, Roo.
I mean, we didn't bury the lead. We told you right up front. Book of Pooh. Life is shit, bitch. Sometimes you find out who your father is when you're 18 in the middle of a fight.
And he needs money.
It's not his fault. Doesn't mean he doesn't love you or your mom. Just, 100-acre woods. Buick Universe was 100-acre woods as well.
It was.
Little playgrounds where you just sit there and put a bunch of stories into them. Rail against the darkness. So that, like the fucking these poor characters in this goddamn kid story, every morning. Otherwise, I'd be crippled. I couldn't get out of bed. Like, facing the knowledge every day that, like, I'm a bad deadline guy anyway.
The finite.
Ugh.
You don't like the finite.
No, and I also just I hate having shit to do anymore. Like, I can't stand, like, when I get up and Megan's like, oh, you have this to do today. I'm like, ugh.
Like
I just want anything. I just want to be able to, like, do it myself without fucking somebody being like, you've got this due. I'm no good with deadlines.
You don't like deadlines.
I'm an open-ended, and death being the ultimate deadline, I can't imagine I'm going to handle that one very well. Yeah.
When death calls.
I mean, death is like a homework assignment, right? It's like they give it to you way early on. It's like not so much a homework assignment. It's like your end of the term paper where they're like, this is going to be due in May and this is what it's going to need to be. And they tell you in September and you're like, okay. And you just don't fucking do it until like the last week of April, last
when
day
you
of
suddenly
April.
are like, oh shit.
And then you're jamming to fucking get your paper done. But
do you think more about, dying now than you did like when you were younger?
I don't know. 'Cause I was raised Catholic.
So you were born to think about death?
Born and raised?
Never mind life.
Exactly, dude. It's always just like, well, the great reward will be after you're dead. You're like, what do you mean? Wait, that doesn't sound like such a fair shake.
80 years.
Wait, when am I dying again?
Just go get arrested.
Yeah, they do. It's all about, I guess that is like the ultimate control, right? Is making people think about,
hey, it'll be better.
Death and something else up there.
You can't even say it'd be the same.
Yeah, no, you can't. It's always got to be like, that's why it's
and
like,
when you die,
fucking 20 virgins and ice cream and fucking you can eat cookie. All the chocolate chip cookies have no calories, just like that one episode of Remington Steele.
Did you guys see that?
Where do you think they got that? Right from heaven. Yeah, I do. I tend to think about it. I guess I would say I think about it more now because now it is kind of, now it's like, I look in the mirror and I'm still like, okay, I look relatively close to pictures of me that hang up around the house.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I've aged facially that much. I mean, depends how fat I am at any given time. That tends to age you more. But that being said, I don't feel old, look old. I mean, it's the old fuck. I hear it from Byron and Gail all the time. Like, we don't, Gail's like 65. She's like, I feel like I'm 18. And I buy it. I don't think it's just her paying lip service. Like, I think inside, mentally, she is 18. I'm like, what, you want to give a blowjob in a car? She's like,
isn't that what you're about?
That's what all 18-year-old girls think about, right?
Yeah.
So my friends used to tell me.
Can I get a hand job for some candy?
But I mean, like, I understand there's that aspect of it. Like, inside, I'm still, you pick an age and you kind of stick at it. I happen to like 18 myself, so I always kind of, I wonder if everyone gravitates that age. Like, how old do you think you are inside? Where did you?
Not 18.
Where you want a little older?
Yeah.
What were you like at 18? I'm still relatively the same.
What was I like at 18? I don't know. I was a bit more, it's a little bit more probably indecisive.
Now it's time to close the book. Like, who's a great actor? Paul Scofield.
Yeah.
Think about him delivering that as a monologue as opposed to the song.
Oh, now's the time
to close the book. Yes.
To close the book.
Yeah. You'd be okay. You can sell it until you get to the line where you actually have to say, come into the book of poo.
Come into the book of poo.
They're like, what? Poo? What book's that? It's about bear in a red shirt.
He's a small bear. Not a large one. He has a small piggish friend.
He's friends, eh? He's a friend, see? With this little slab of bacon.
No, that's not Paul Scofield. He's got a little piece of pork belly running around behind him. He's a nervous fella. Real antsy.
It's the dude describing him to the cops.
Yeah.
Right. Who broke this window then? Well.
You won't believe me. He's a little fella, little pig, 2 legs, wears a sweater, a knit sweater.
Very polite. Sketchy. Very, very sketchy.
He nipped me wallet.
He was hanging out with his friends, see? No pants, half nudist.
No pants, no trousers.
No cock. That was the weird thing. And not that I was looking, a bloke friend of mine pointed it out.
Who's not here? He got so upset he left, he went for home.
And who could blame him?
He lit off for home. A bear without a cock. In Knightsbridge.
They got a bear over in England already, man. They got their own Pooh Bear. Well, Pooh Bear is theirs. Pooh Bear's British.
Is it?
I think so. I think A.A. Milne and his kid, they were British. I think it stands to reason if one was British, I guess the other one was. But they got another bear over there. They got that bear in the train station. It's trapped, can't get out. It's hell. It's meant to represent hell. He's wearing a hat. Remember? I think Ingmar Bergman did that film about it.
Yeah. A bear.
Alone.
Station bear. About his failed marriage and his children who grow up to be alcoholics.
Going places.
The little boy urinates on Station Bear.
Station Bear feels abused, ignored, unloved by society. Discarded.
Look at his hat.
Station Bear has no home. What is the station? Paddington Bear.
Paddington Bear. Oh.
He's
Isn't that a
Station
kid with
Bear.
like a, is it?
He wears like a rain slicker and
He's a flasher.
yeah,
He's like, I'm the bear with the cock. Hello, Knightsbridge. His old 10 inches of Paddington Bear.
we're speaking to Mr. Paddington Bear, who was recently taking that position in Knightsbridge, flashing passerby.
Right. My glory days are behind me.
He's a fucking rummy.
You got any cookies, Jerry?
God, no. Paddington Bear had a coat.
He had like a full rain gear on.
Yeah, like he was always dressed for bad weather. And there's a tag on him that says, please give this bear some shit. No, kid, please give. That's why he's always getting picked on. People misread the tag. They're like, it says to give you some
Loser.
shit. Like, that's not what it, oh, come on. I'm not a loser. I'm just dressed that way.
Whatever.
No, his tag was like, you know, fucking help this bear out. This bear belongs to, there's some tag that ID'd him as he had to go
bear?
somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. I
He
don't
was
know
a
what his
lost
story
bear?
was. I think
Lost
he was
bears?
Station Bear, dude. I think
was
he was
Station Bear?
like the bear that was abandoned. I think the story of Paddington Bear is the story of isolation has been loneliness. No, I think he was lost at a station. And
Paddington was the station.
is that, yeah, because
I don't
I've
know.
taken a train.
I'm
I've
guessing.
taken a train there out of Paddington Station.
And
So
there
that
was
is
no sort of like semi-homeless bear.
yeah, and nobody talking about it. You'd imagine if that sort of thing existed. Like there's a little bear who wears clothes and he walks around and he's lost.
I'm lost.
He's been lost for like 50 years.
I'm lost.
He hasn't aged.
I'm still lost.
Yeah, but I can't remember. I can't quite remember.
So
what
he's
his story
trapped
is.
at the station.
I don't even know if he's trapped, but
No one will
they
take
always-
him home.
I guess. I mean, yeah, I think his fucking secret origin was just like he got lost.
Got dropped off here.
Yeah. And he becomes friends to like any kid who's lost in the station too. Yeah, that's all I got. I can't remember much more in regards to him.
I have a visual of it, but I never read it. My parents didn't let me read literature from overseas.
Really? You're like, can I read Tintin? Like, fuck no. God no.
The fuck did you say?
Yeah, what are you, a communist? Some foreign nationalist bullshit. You read G.I. Joe. Hot stuff, Little Devil. Tintin, it was one of that. It was an element of fucking like, I know they're making that movie now,
Yeah.
which I'm sure will do huge
Especially overseas.
overseas. I just don't understand if anybody in America, I think most people are going to be like, what is this?
What's wrong with his hair?
Yeah, like, where's it? Why does this cancer boy have a dog and he's running around? Like, somebody help this boy.
Is Tintin French for cancer?
Put him in a bed. Give him chemo. Look at his head. Something's wrong. It's not, I can't imagine it works that well here. I'm not putting it down going, don't give it a chance. By all means, give it a chance. Like, take it from a guy who's been outside the United States. I've traveled the world. This fucking Tintin's like Gandhi to the rest of the world. Like, they love this Tintin.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, I mean, there is a Tintin presence.
Yeah. Tintin goes to space.
He's like their Mickey Mouse or something like that. But it's here. There's like 10 people that know what Tintin is.
Yeah.
And to most people, it's like allusion to
They're
like a
all working on
blowjob
the
or
movie.
something. Like, hey man, gotta get a little Tintin. Like, oh yeah. And here's some Snowy. This little dog's name is Snowy.
Is it live action or
It's one of those, it's that creepy Bob Zemeckis type shit.
motion capture?
Yes.
Or creepy Bob Zemeckis?
I
spent my life developing that technology.
Call a spade, dude. Not even Paranormal Activity was as terrifying as Polar Express. The Plasticine Tom Hanks is terrifying.
Kill it!
I mean, I love Tom Hanks, man, and seeing him like that was just like, no. You know, it was like that moment in Planet of the Apes where fucking Taylor sees the one dude in the museum and he's had a fucking lobotomy. Yeah, I was like, oh no. But yeah, man, no hope for Tintin for me.
I don't, I think I read it.
Not no hope. I mean, I'm sure there's hope, but like, I just can't. That's a European thing, man.
It's like, you want hope for Tintin? Don't come to me.
Yeah, if you're looking for some hope for Tintin, sadly, I can offer you none. I can say this much. Everyone involved is a real pro.
There's good people.
Yeah, there's like really great pedigrees, but just, you know, at the end of the day, Tintin, just know this. Go on to Wikipedia and look up Tintin and then come back and tell me how excited you are.
I know that there's him.
I don't mean it's about like
and
a boy.
skipper.
Yeah, and a pirate who's constantly touching him, and a dog. The dog that the pirate gave him so that he wouldn't tell people that he's a peg boy.
The dog just growls when he tries to talk to strangers. I need help.
And he's a white dog, like Sam Fuller's movie White Dog. So he's always going after people that are non-whites and shit. Did you ever see that movie?
I never saw it, but I know what it is. Where the guy trains the dog to attack.
Well, Christy McNichol finds this fucking dog.
But a guy trained it to attack.
Some dude had changed. Well, it was a white dog. It only attack like if it sees a black person, it just goes. But
a guy trained it to do that. It wasn't because it was a white dog.
Like it was born that way?
Yeah.
Born prejudice? I guess that's kind of the moral of the story, Scott.
Yeah.
Like anything can be made prejudice or something like
prejudice
that.
Is something that's bred.
Yes, Scott. That was the exact, that's the moral of the story. But this movie was so like too fucking hot to handle at its time that they actually shelved it. They didn't show it for years and years and years. But Christy McNichol was in it, man. And it was like her first grown up role.
Yeah.
And like she brings the dog home and shit, and the dog's all loving. And then it's like sees a black dude. It's like, like do that weird shot and shit. Goes after
Goes
him.
wild.
Yeah. It's pretty fucking heinous.
Yeah.
By the same dude that did the Big Red One.
Big Red One.
One of those old classic movie time. He was literally a director who like had a stogie in his mouth.
Stogie.
Chew a cigar.
A gun.
The gun?
I thought he used to also like carry a gun sometimes.
Did he?
Yeah. Mark Hamill's in the Big Red One.
Yeah. That was like his post Empire Strikes Back.
This is my I've seen that movie a long time ago on HBO. My one memory from that movie is a scene, and I could be making it up, but I thought it was like obviously bombs are going off, and one of the soldiers falls, and maybe it was Lee Marvin in it?
Yes.
And so he comes up, and the kid's sitting there, and he's bleeding, and he picks something up, and he throws it, and the kid's like, "What was that?" And he goes, "One of your balls. That's why God gave you two."
That's in the movie, and that stuck with you?
Yeah.
Young Scott Mosier's just like,
is that why God gave me two?
Hey, Dad, I think we found the answer. Every night of your young life. Why do we have two balls, Dad? It's like, go to sleep, Scott.
Sky blue, why balls?
He sits down with your mom at night. He's like, it's the damnedest thing. You know how he's always talking about why do we have two balls? We always kind of make fun of him for it. We went and saw a movie today, and there was a joke that actually
shut him up. I was about to drown him in a river.
He's like, God damn it, man. Lee Marvin like really helped us out.
I like that guy.
All right, man. Well, there we are. We're our first SModcast of 2011.
Yep.
We're back. I mean, we didn't go anywhere, but we're here.
We're back on the air.
We're in the future. We're back to the future.
Buddy! That wasn't good.
Did you see the cartoon?
I did.
Is it so good?
I love
that
the
dude's
cartoons.
talented. Big shout out to Stark Dude.
Yeah,
if you haven't, we don't pod it, and I guess we will soon so that people could subscribe. So it doesn't occur to people, but if you don't check it regularly, every month we put up a new Smodimation, and Steve Stark does fucking phenomenal job.
Yeah.
He just picks whatever he wants, and the one he did most recently was the
Back to the Future.
Twin Pines Mallrats episode. Yeah, where we were just doing Back to the Future. And he's much funnier than both of us.
It's my favorite time of month.
That.
Every time one comes up, I get excited.
So check it out. Smodimation's totally worth your fucking time.
Totally.
It's over at the smodcast.com website, as all the other fucking podcasts are. But that's it, I think, for this week.
Yeah.
For Smodcast, I'm Kevin Smith.
Scott Mosier.
Have a week. Find more funny shit like this at smodcast.com.
There's so many to choose from.
There are so many to choose from on the Smodcast Podcast Network. On Sundays, it's me and Scott doing the classic Smodcast, the show that started it all. Mondays, it's me and Ralph Garman doing Hollywood Babylon.
There's so many to choose from.
Tuesdays, you get a double shot of goodness, man. Malcolm Ingram's Blowhard, as well as Red State of the Union Q&As, our podcast show about our forthcoming movie.
There's so many to choose from.
On Thursdays, drop the gloves with the Puck Nuts, the same guys that bring you Tell 'em Steve Dave on Fridays. And don't forget on Saturdays, Jay and Silent Bob Get Old with me and Jason Mewes.
There's so many to choose from.
You could try some shows that aren't so regular, just happen every once in a while, like Highlands, A Peephole History, where me and people that grew up in the town I grew up look back at the town we grew up in. Smarriage at SModcastle, where real live people get real live married by real Rev Kev. That'd be me.
There's so many to choose from.
Smodimations, that's where me and Scott are drawn as cartoons. They take little sections of Smodcast we've done and animate them, man, and make them even funnier somehow. And if you've ever been to Smodcastle, then you've met Matt Cohen, and Matt Cohen has his own show, Bagged and Boarded, which is also now at smodcast.com.
There's so many to choose from.
I know you keep telling me, man, but did you know that most of the podcasts at smodcast.com are recorded live in front of a studio audience at Smodcastle, our theater out in Los Angeles on Santa Monica Boulevard between Wilcox and Cole?
There's so many to choose from.
Scott, even at Smodcastle, there are so many to choose from. Every week, you could see Malcolm Ingram do his show Blowhard live. You could see me and Jason Mewes doing Jay and Silent Bob Get Old. You could see Matt Cohen doing Bagged and Boarded. You can come see Tom Green do a show down there. You can see me and Mosier doing the occasional Smodcast 3D.
There's so many to choose from.
That's right. For one low price, $100, you can see every show that happens in Smodcastle for a month. Every show you go, you get, that basically comes down to be like $4 a show. I mean, come on, you can't get a better deal than that. Go to smodcastle.com/smodpass for the SModpass, or just stay right here on smodcast.com and listen to any of the shows that we throw up there free for nothing because we love you. And guess what?
There's so many to choose from.
That's right, Scott. There are so many to choose from. Smodcast.com.
There's so many to choose from.